Okay, so the first thing we want to do in order to make the low-fat butter chicken is to cut up one onion and place it into a saucepan with about 2 tablespoons of butter. And then after that, you want to cut up a couple of pieces of garlic, 1 to 2 tablespoons, and add that to the onion and butter. Okay, so now we want to saute the onions and the garlic with the butter on the stove until it reaches a golden brown color. So continue to mix the ingredients. It'll take 15 minutes maybe to reach the proper color. So now you can see that the onion and garlic is approaching the nice golden brown color. And we're going to move on to the next part of the recipe, which is to make the sauce for the chicken. So to make the sauce, we will need 1 cup of tomato sauce. And just add that to the saucepan. And then we'll need 1 cup of milk. And I'm using skim milk to keep this as a low-fat recipe. So just add 1 cup of skim milk. And we need to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I use sea salt for this. And we want to add 1 teaspoon of a spice called garam masala. And this is what it looks like. You can find this in any supermarket. So just add 1 teaspoon. Now I would say that the onions and garlic, it looks like it's the perfect color, so I'm going to take that off the heat now and move the sauce over to this same heat. And we just want to put this on a medium to low heat. We don't want to boil it too quickly. We want to have it simmer for 30 minutes with the lid on, so we'll just mix up the ingredients first. Okay, and we want to add 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper to the sauce. If you like it really spicy, you can add more, but 1 teaspoon is generally pretty spicy. And we also want to add some butter. Now the recipe calls for quite a bit of butter. I just want to add enough to give it that a little bit of flavor, because it is called butter chicken for a reason. But I think you only really need to add about 1/4 of a cup of butter. That should be fine. The more that you add, the richer it will be. And I'm trying to make a low-fat butter chicken. So after you add that, you can just mix it for a little bit and bring it to a simmer, and then you can cover it for 30 minutes. Okay, so you can see that the sauce has reached a boil, so it's time to turn it down and cover it and let it simmer. At the end of the 30 minutes, then you can add the caramelized onions and garlic. While the sauce is simmering, make sure you stir it every so often to keep it at a low boil. So you can see that the sauce has been simmering for 30 minutes, and now it's time to add the caramelized onions and garlic. Mix them into the sauce. Replace the lid and turn off the heat. Now it's time to prepare the chicken. Okay, so as you can see, I have 3 chicken breasts here, and what I want to do is I want to remove the fat from the breast, and once that is done, then I want to cut it up into cubes about 1 inch to 1.5 inches wide. Once you've finished cutting the chicken breast into cubes, you can add it to a bowl, and then we're going to put some vegetable oil into the bowl. You want to make sure that the chicken is coated evenly with the vegetable oil. So after you put the oil in, you want to add a spice called tandoori masala to the chicken. But before that, first we want to mix the chicken so that it's evenly coated with the oil. Okay, so now it's time to add the tandoori masala spice to the chicken. So what I do is I add some tandoori masala to the chicken and mix it, and then I add a little more and mix it until all the chicken is evenly coated. The chicken has to bake in the oven for about 10 minutes, so make sure you preheat the oven to 375. So the next step is to place the coated chicken onto a baking pan, and if you have a lot of pieces, you may have to put them close together or just put them onto two larger pans. Once the chicken is done, remove it from the oven. Place the chicken into the sauce and simmer for 5 minutes. It is then ready to serve on a bed of basmati rice together with naan bread. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Satoshi Cooks.